Here's a behind the scenes look at what happens when I try to set up to film a video. Yeah, my cat steals my chair. Pixel, you're gonna have to move. Hey everybody, it is the day after Halloween, and yesterday on Halloween, I was doing a live stream on, with Nia, that she does every other week called Carnivore Mastermind, and the topic was tricks and treats, carnivore tricks and treats, ways that we can kind of maybe trick our mindset a little bit, or some other treats that we could have to help us avoid some of the pitfalls of Halloween. And one of the first things I said when I was talking about that is that in a way I'm kind of lucky because my kids are a little bit older now. I've got a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old, and they're not going to trick or treat. And neither one of them have trick or treated, I'd say for sure, for the past 2 years. So I for sure 100% thought that, there would be no trick or treating. And I was just planning on doing my live stream, taking a nice bath, reading my book, hanging out, maybe watching a little bit of YouTube and relaxing. But it was right at the tail end of that live stream. And if you haven't seen it, I will put it up there for you. My son comes in and we were literally just wrapping it up. And he was like, "Mom, are you muted?" And yes, I was muted. So I said, "What do you need?" And he said, "I just got invited to go trick-or-treating with my friends." And I was like, "Oh, this is hilarious." I literally had just gotten done saying that those days were behind me. And so I did my part to wrap up the live stream, and then I just signed off. I'm like, "Gotta go, bye." And so it turns out that the group of friends that he just went to a birthday party with, and if I did a video about his social progression, I guess I'd say, because he's gone carnivore for his ADHD, and his social progression has just been amazing to see. He's just been a lot more social than he has been in the past. And now here he is again, just like less than a week. What was it? The birthday party was Saturday, and this was Thursday. And he's wanting to go hang out with some friends again. And I said, "Well, you don't have a costume." So when I was a kid or a teenager, if I was doing something like trick-or-treating, something where, in this example, you're expected to be in costume, I would have been mortified not having a costume. He was totally fine with it. He came up with a pretty funny solution, actually. I guess there's a character in Guitar Hero that he looks a lot alike. And so he brought up a picture of that character on his phone, and he was like, "I'm this guy." And it was funny. It was really funny. But yeah, I took him over to his friend's house. He was totally fine being the only one not in a costume. He said they trick-or-treated for about 2.5 hours. Now the real question is, did he decide to eat any of that candy? Well, the answer is no. He was perfectly happy hanging out with his friends, walking around the neighborhood, trick-or-treating with them, hanging out. They came back to one of their houses. They put all the candy in a big pile. Everybody just kind of took what they wanted. He didn't eat any. Any that was left, he was just going to take to school and give out there, which, yes, okay, they're, it's not healthy for them either, any healthier, than it is for him. But they're eating candy anyway. So that's what he wanted to do with the candy that he got trick-or-treating. I am just happy that he is solid enough in his carnivore way of eating that he's been doing for 9 months now, that he wasn't even tempted by that candy. And I will add that he didn't even come home and have one of the keto cookies that I still make for him. I have a recipe for those, and that was really helpful for transitioning over, right, from standard American to more carnivore. They're made with beef isolate protein, but they do have some sugar-free chocolate chips in there and things like that. And he used to have one every single day, and now he has one occasionally. And I can tell you, when I was still having cravings, like if I would have been in that situation, I would have definitely substituted a different thing that was better. But he didn't even do that. He just came home and went to bed after. He didn't come home and have anything sweet. I mean, it's just pretty amazing to see this transition that he's done and how mature he is, and how little he really seems to struggle with keeping on track and eating the right foods. It was so cool to see him at 16 say, "This is a holiday, that's all about candy," right? In our culture, it's very commercialized and all about buy all the candy and eat all the candy. But he was like, "I just want to take this time to go do something fun with my friends. And make the relationship with my friends a priority. He said after they did the whole candy dumping and exchanging thing, they just kind of sat around on the trampoline in their backyard and just talked for like an hour and a half until he got picked up. So I just want, in case anyone was watching that live stream, or even if you weren't and you've watched my most recent update on his social situation, I just thought this was super cool. Another social invitation came his way. He not only accepted that social invitation, but it was like surrounded with all of this stuff with candy and everything, and also the obstacle of not having a costume. And he just like sailed right through it like a champ, did amazing, had a good time with his friends, had a great Halloween, made a good memory, you know, made his relationship with his friends better, all of that good stuff. It was pretty awesome. So I hope that your Halloween was just as successful. But now it's time for me to go and meet some wellness, one happy mom the day after Halloween at a time. Bye, everybody.